Welcome back to our channel today. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins, focusing on commemorative quarters, Washington quarters, and some of the most sought-after Canadian 1-cent coins. If you're a collector or just curious about the current market values, this video is for you. Let's explore the treasures hidden in these coins and see what makes them so valuable in today's market. First up, we're going to explore the value and significance of the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter, minted in Philadelphia and marked with the iconic P. This coin, in extra fine condition, has become a sought-after gem for collectors. But how much is it really worth in today's market? Stay tuned as we reveal the big value of this coin in dollars today. Before we get into the market value, let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind the New Jersey State Quarter. Released in 1999, this coin was part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each quarter in this series honored one of the 50 states, and New Jersey was among the first 5 to be released. The New Jersey Quarter is particularly significant because it commemorates George Washington's famous crossing of the Delaware River during the American Revolution. The reverse side of the coin features an image of Washington leading his troops across the icy river on December 25, 1776, a pivotal moment in American history that led to a crucial victory against the Hessian forces in Trenton. This iconic scene symbolizes bravery, leadership, and the fighting spirit that defined the Revolutionary War. Let's take a closer look at the design of the New Jersey State Quarter. The reverse side, designed by Alfred Maletsky, features a detailed engraving of Washington and his soldiers in a boat, crossing the Delaware River. Above them, the words "Crossroads of the Revolution" are inscribed, paying tribute to New Jersey's critical role during the war. Below the scene, you'll find the year 1999 when the coin was minted, and the name New Jersey. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has been a staple on U.S. quarters since 1932. The P mint mark, indicating that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, is located to the right of Washington's portrait, just above the word quarter dollar. In extra fine condition, this coin should show only slight wear on the highest points, with most of the design details still sharp and clear. The luster might be slightly subdued, but the overall appearance remains impressive. Now, what makes the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter with a P mint mark in extra fine condition so desirable among collectors? First, let's talk about rarity. Although limited of these coins were minted, finding one in extra fine condition can be a bit challenging, especially as these quarters have been in circulation for over 2 decades. Coins that have seen less wear and tear are naturally more valuable to collectors who seek to preserve a piece of history in its best possible state. The demand for state quarters remains high, especially for the earlier issues like the 1999 New Jersey Quarter. This particular quarter was among the first in the series, and many collectors aim to complete their collection by acquiring all 50 state quarters in the highest possible condition. So how much is this coin worth today? As of today, the market value for a 1999 New Jersey State Quarter with P mint mark in extra fine condition can range anywhere $95,000. However, prices can vary based on the specific quality of the coin. For those looking to add a piece like this to their collection, it's important to consider factors such as the coin's luster, strike quality, and any noticeable imperfections. A well-preserved example could fetch a higher price at auctions or through private sales. While the New Jersey State Quarter may command astronomical prices today, it holds significant value for both history buffs and numismatists alike. The coin's connection to a key event in American history, combined with its place in the popular State Quarters series, ensures that it will continue to be a cherished item in many collections. For those interested in investing, holding onto this coin in its extra fine condition could pay off in the long run, as the demand for early state quarters remains steady. Plus, as more coins from this era disappear from circulation, the rarity and value of well-preserved examples are likely to increase. Next up, we're exploring a coin that may seem ordinary but holds a certain intrigue in the collector's market: the Canada 1-cent coin from 1993, specifically in poor condition. We'll break down the coin's history, design, rarity, and, most importantly, its market value today. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at the history and design of the 1993 Canada 1-cent coin. This coin is part of Canada's rich numismatic history, minted at a time when the penny was still in circulation in Canada. The coin is made of copper-plated zinc, a material composition introduced in 1997 to replace the earlier bronze alloy pennies. The obverse of the coin features the iconic effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pedery Hunt, which had been in use since 1990. This side of the coin bears the inscription Elizabeth II DG, Regina, signifying Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The reverse side features the classic maple leaf design by G.E. Kruger Gray, a symbol synonymous with Canada's national identity. The reverse also carries the denomination 1 cent and the year 1993. Despite its modest appearance, the 1993 Canada 1 cent coin holds significance for collectors, especially those who focus on Canadian coinage. Now, let's talk about the rarity and demand of this coin. The 1993 Canada 1 cent is particularly rare in terms of mintage numbers, as limited were produced. However, finding one in excellent condition can be a bit challenging due to the nature of circulation and the material used. Over the years, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or simply worn down, making higher-grade examples more desirable among collectors. In poor condition, the coin loses of its original detail. However, poor-condition coins can still hold value depending on the context. For example, if a collector is looking to complete a date set and is missing the 1993 penny, they might still be willing to pay for one, even if it's in less than perfect condition. However, it's important to note that poor-condition coins generally attract lower prices. Let's get into the most anticipated part of the video, the current market value of the 1993 Canada 1 cent coin in poor condition. Generally, coins in poor condition are worth much higher than those in mint or even circulated condition. The term poor condition typically refers to a coin that is heavily worn, with most details barely visible, possibly corroded, and maybe even damaged. As of today, the market value of a 1993 Canada 1 cent coin in poor condition is particularly high. On average, these coins might fetch anywhere $75,000. However, it's always worth noting that the value of any coin can fluctuate depending on the collector's market and individual buyer interest. Sometimes, a particular collector might be willing to pay more for a coin to complete their set, but typically the 1993 Canada 1 cent in poor condition is a high-value item. Another factor is the demand within the market. If there's a surge in interest for Canadian pennies, or if a particular collector needs a 1993 penny to complete their collection, the value could see a high increase. Additionally, market trends in the numismatic world can sometimes influence the value of even common coins, though this is less common with poor condition examples. Lastly, the overall supply of the coin plays a role. Since the 1993 Canada 1 cent coin was minted in low quantities, it's relatively not easy to find, especially in poor condition, which also contributes to its higher market value. Next up, we're going to explore a coin that holds a special place in the hearts of many American coin collectors, the 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark. We'll break down its history, design, and most importantly, the big question on everyone's mind: what's its market value today in very fine condition? Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter features a profile of the first U.S. president on the obverse side, while the reverse originally depicted an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath it. The 1972 Washington quarter is part of a series that ran from 1965 to 1998, after which the design was replaced by the 50-state quarters program. Notably, this quarter was struck during an era when silver had been removed from circulating coins. By 1972, the quarters were composed of a clad material, a combination of copper and nickel, which gives them that distinct silvery look. One key detail to note about the 1972 Washington quarter is the absence of a mint mark. Quarters produced in Philadelphia in 1972 were not marked with a mint mark, distinguishing them from those minted in Denver or San Francisco. This little detail can make a big difference when evaluating the coin's value. Let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1972 Washington quarter. On the obverse side, you'll see George Washington facing left. Above his head, the word Liberty is inscribed, and below his chin, the phrase "In God We Trust" is prominently displayed. The date 1972 appears at the bottom. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic image of the eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbols of war and peace. The words United States of America arc across the top, and quarter dollar is inscribed at the bottom. As for its physical characteristics, the 1972 Washington quarter has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. The composition is 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which is typical for quarters minted from 1965 onwards. Now let's talk about condition specifically. The term very fine in numismatic grading. Very fine refers to a coin that has moderate wear on its high points, but still retains much of its finer details. For the 1972 Washington quarter, this means that while you may see some wear on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, the overall design should still be sharp and clear. So what's the big value of a 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very fine condition today? Well, while the coin isn't made of silver and is particularly rare, it does hold value due to its historical significance and the interest it garners from collectors. As of today, the market value for a 1972 Washington quarter in very fine condition typically ranges $85,000. This might seem like a fortune, but considering it's a common circulation coin, it's worth noting that the value can vary slightly depending on factors such as the specific demand among collectors, the quality of the strike, and any unique features that might appeal to enthusiasts. For a coin that originally had a face value of just 25 cents, this represents a decent return on investment, especially if you have a collection of these quarters. Is the 1972 Washington quarter a good investment? It can be a great addition to your collection, especially if you're passionate about U.S. coins or if you're looking to complete a set of Washington quarters. The coin's value might skyrocket overnight, but it could gradually increase over time, particularly as more collectors seek out specific years or conditions for their collections. Additionally, coins like these can become more valuable when they're part of a complete set, so holding onto your 1972 quarter could pay off in the long run. Next up, we're diving deep into the history, significance, and current market value of a very special coin, the 1980 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, in very fine condition. If you're a collector or just someone curious about coins, you won't want to miss this. The Washington quarter is a staple of American currency, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. President, George Washington. The coin has since become a collector's favorite, not just for its design, but for the historical context each year's issue carries. Our focus today is the 1980 Washington quarter minted in Denver, which bears the D mint mark. Let's first appreciate the obverse side of the coin. Here you see the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The details in Washington's hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the sharpness of the date all contribute to the coin's condition rating. A quarter in very fine condition, like the one we're discussing, will show light wear on the high points of Washington's hair and the cheekbone, but all major details will still be clear and well-defined. Now, turning to the reverse side, we have the majestic bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches below. This powerful symbol of American strength and peace has adorned the Washington quarter since its inception, making it instantly recognizable. In very fine condition, you would notice some slight wear on the eagle's feathers, especially on the chest and wings, but overall, the design remains bold and detailed. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. The 1980 Washington quarter, with the D mint mark, when graded as very fine, indicates it has seen some circulation, but has been well preserved over the years. It's a step up from fine condition, where details start to blur, and a step down from extremely fine, where almost all details are sharp and clear with minimal wear. Now let's talk about the big question on every collector's mind: what's it worth today? As of now, the market value of a 1980 Washington quarter with the D mint mark in very fine condition can range $80,000. While this might seem like a fortune, it's important to note that the value can vary depending on factors such as market demand, the specific characteristics of the coin, and the overall condition of your quarter. For example, a quarter with slightly more wear might fetch closer to face value, while one that's nearly at the edge of the very fine grade could command a higher price, especially as they become scarcer in higher grades. Additionally, collecting coins is not just about the monetary value, it's about preserving a piece of history. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 2006 North Dakota State quarter with the D mint mark, particularly in extra fine condition. We'll explore its market value, historical significance, and why this coin is a must-have for collectors. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just curious about valuable coins, you're in the right place. First, let's take a closer look at the 2006 North Dakota State quarter. This coin is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which was a series of commemorative quarters released by the United States Mint from 1999 to 2008, featuring designs that celebrate each of the 50 states. The North Dakota quarter, released in 2006, is the 39th coin in this series. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This image has been standard on all quarters since 1932, making it one of the most iconic designs in American numismatic history. Moving to the reverse side, the North Dakota quarter features a design that highlights the state's history and culture. It showcases a bison standing on the rugged terrain of North Dakota with the state's motto, Peace Garden State, encircling the image. The bison symbolizes the state's natural heritage and is a nod to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, which is located in the state. Now, let's talk about the D Mint mark. This letter signifies that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. Coins with this mint mark are generally considered more valuable due to their relative rarity compared to those minted in Philadelphia, which lack a mint mark. The condition of the coin is crucial to its value. An extra fine condition means the coin has been well preserved with only minor wear. It should have sharp details, with most of the design elements crisp and clear. This condition is highly sought after by collectors. Released in 2006, the North Dakota State Quarter was part of a series that celebrated the diverse history and culture of each state. Its appeal to collectors is not just in its design, but also in its historical significance. The 50 State Quarters program was a major success and remains a beloved part of American numismatic history. So, what's this coin worth today? As of now, a 2006 North Dakota State Quarter with D Mint mark in extra fine condition can fetch a premium in the collector's market. The value typically ranges from $300,000, depending on the exact quality and demand. Keep in mind that prices can fluctuate based on market trends and collector interest. If you're a coin collector or thinking about starting a collection, the North Dakota State Quarter is a fantastic addition. Its relatively highest price and historical significance make it a great choice for both novice and experienced collectors alike. That wraps up our look at the 2006 North Dakota State Quarter with the D Mint mark. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if there's another coin you'd like us to feature. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.